The wind sweeps across the open fields of Alberta. A horse gallops through the golden light of dawn. And for a moment, time stops. Heartland isn't just a show, it's a feeling. A reminder that no matter how far we drift, home will always call us back. And in Season 19, Episode 3, that call feels stronger than ever. For years, Heartland has captured hearts across the world. It's more than a television series. It's a reflection of real life, real families, and real emotions. From laughter echoing in the ranch kitchen to quiet tears under the endless prairie sky, every episode carries a truth that feels deeply personal. Season 19 continues this journey, not just as a continuation of the story, but as a celebration of everything Heartland stands for: love, healing, and the unbreakable bond between people and horses. In Episode 3, we return to the familiar hills of Hudson, where life's pace is both gentle and relentless. The horses still run free, the dust still rises from the gravel road, and the family still faces challenges that test their strength. But something about this episode feels different, deeper. There's a quiet shift in the air, as if every character stands at the edge of change, unsure whether to hold on or to let go. Amy Fleming, with her calm strength and gentle heart, once again becomes the center of the emotional storm. The ranch has seen her grow from a young girl to a woman of quiet power, someone who understands not only horses, but also the hidden language of the heart. In this episode, she faces a new challenge, one that pushes her to question her purpose and her path. It's not just about training another horse, it's about rediscovering herself. Meanwhile, Jack, the soul of Heartland, continues to guide his family with wisdom forged through time and pain. His words carry the weight of the past, but also the hope for the future. Lou, juggling her public life with the private world of family, finds herself torn once again between what people expect of her and what her heart truly desires. And Tim, ever the stubborn father, ever the fighter, reminds us that even the toughest hearts carry old scars that never fully fade. This introduction sets the tone for what's to come, a story about family, forgiveness, and finding light after the storm. The land, the people, the animals, everything in Heartland breathes emotion. It's not just a show you watch, it's a story you live alongside the characters. Episode 3 takes that connection and deepens it, showing us that even when the world feels uncertain, there's always something worth holding on to. As the sun dips below the rolling hills and the sky turns gold, the scene fades into the soft hum of country music, a sound that tells us one thing: we're home again, at Heartland. The past never really leaves Heartland. It lingers, in the whisper of the wind through the barns, in the footprints along the old ranch trail, in the quiet creak of the gate that's been opened 1,000 times. Every sunrise over those rolling Alberta fields carries the weight of stories that came before. Before Season 19, before New Beginnings, there were promises, heartbreaks, and dreams that shaped the family we see today. As the new season unfolds, the ranch stands not just as a home but as a living memory. Every fence post, every field, every stable tells a story. The echoes of Marion Fleming's compassion, the strength of Jack Bartlett's hands, and the fierce determination of Amy and Lou still hum through the heart of Heartland. The series has always been about healing. Healing from loss, from change, from life itself. And Episode 3 is no different. It's a quiet continuation of that timeless rhythm. Pain, growth, love, repeat. After nearly 2 decades of storytelling, Heartland remains a mirror of real life. Season 19 finds Amy at a crossroads, still carrying the quiet strength of someone who has seen both tragedy and triumph. Her bond with the horses, that unspoken connection between spirit and soul, continues to guide her, even when she doubts herself. The horses, wild and untamed, are not just animals here. They are reflections, mirrors showing us who we are when words fall short. Lou's world, as always, is divided between duty and desire. The pressures of leadership weigh heavy on her, yet her heart belongs to the family she fights for every day. She has learned that being strong doesn't mean never breaking. It means breaking, then choosing to rise again. Tim, ever restless, continues to wrestle with ghosts of his past, trying to prove that he's more than his mistakes. And Jack, steady as the mountains, remains the anchor that keeps everyone grounded, reminding them, and us, that family is not about being perfect. It's about staying when it's hardest to stay. This episode, though quiet on the surface, carries the heartbeat of change. There's something fragile about it, like a calm before the storm, like a breath before a confession. You can almost feel it in the air, the sense that something is coming, something that will test the bond this family has spent years building. Heartland's beauty lies not in grand twists or dramatic battles, but in its stillness. The pauses between moments, the looks between loved ones, the words left unsaid. It reminds us that the hardest journeys often happen in silence. And as the camera sweeps across the wide prairie sky, it's clear that Season 19, Episode 3 isn't just another chapter. It's a reminder that healing isn't a destination. It's a choice you make, every single day, beneath the same endless sky. There's something different about the air in Hudson this week. The morning light feels heavier, the horses seem restless, and even the wind carries a strange kind of silence, the kind that comes before a truth is revealed. In Heartland Season 19, Episode 3, that silence breaks, not with thunder or storm, but with a quiet moment that changes everything. Amy stands at the center of it all, her eyes fixed on a horse that refuses to trust. It's not just another challenge at the ranch, it's a reflection of herself. This new horse, wild and wounded, mirrors her own hidden fears. Since losing so much and finding her way back, Amy has built her life around healing others. But in this episode, she must face a harder truth. Sometimes the healer needs healing too. The story unfolds with the gentleness only Heartland can deliver. No shouting, no chaos, just raw emotion under the soft glow of the Alberta sun. A single glance between characters says more than a page of dialogue ever could. The tension is unspoken but deep. Between Lou's unrelenting drive and her quiet exhaustion, between Tim's stubborn pride and his buried regret, between Jack's calm exterior and the weight he silently carries for everyone he loves. As the episode moves forward, there's a rhythm, like the slow gallop of a horse across an open field. Every scene builds on the last, each heartbeat of the story pulling us closer to something we can't quite see yet. The ranch feels alive, almost like it's breathing with the characters. The creak of the barn doors, the crackle of the fire, the low whinny of the horses at dusk. Every sound, every flicker of light seems to hold meaning. Then comes the turning point. Not loud, not dramatic, but unforgettable. A decision that could change the future of Heartland forever. It's not about money, fame, or even success. It's about courage, the kind that whispers rather than shouts. Amy's choice, quiet yet powerful, will ripple through every corner of the ranch and every heart that calls it home. Through it all, there's a sense of inevitability, that life moves forward, even when we're not ready. The people of Heartland don't fight against the wind. They learn to ride it. They fall, they fail, they forgive. And that's why this show endures, because it reminds us that strength isn't found in control, but in surrender. As the episode draws to its final scenes, the camera pulls back, showing the ranch under a burning orange sunset. The fences stretch far beyond sight, and the sky seems endless, just like the story's still waiting to be told. The music rises softly, a mix of country soul and quiet hope, carrying one truth. Some hearts don't just beat, they belong. There's a quiet truth that runs through every frame of Heartland. Healing isn't about forgetting the pain. It's about learning to live alongside it. In Season 19, Episode 3, that truth blooms softly, like wildflowers after rain. No big speeches, no grand declarations, just life, raw and unpolished, showing us that strength often looks like stillness. This episode takes everything Heartland has ever stood for: love, loss, resilience, and threads it into a story that feels both tender and powerful. Amy's struggle with the new horse isn't just about training, it's about connection. The animal mirrors her own uncertainty, her quiet grief, and her fight to trust again. Every time she reaches out, every time the horse shies away, the show reminds us that healing can't be rushed. It takes patience, gentleness, and courage. The kind that grows in silence, one small act of kindness at a time. Meanwhile, Lou's journey captures another layer of the theme: balance. She's caught between worlds, the demanding pace of her work and the fragile warmth of her family. Her story becomes a reflection of modern life itself, the struggle to hold on to what truly matters when the world keeps pulling you elsewhere. Yet even in her chaos, there's beauty. Lou's determination, though flawed, carries the spirit of every person trying to build a better life while keeping love alive. Tim, on the other hand, embodies the harder side of healing: redemption. His path is rough, full of regrets and missed chances. But episode 3 allows us to see his cracks as more than weaknesses. They're reminders that change is possible at any age, that it's never too late to become someone better. And through his moments of... At its core, this episode isn't about action. It's about reflection. It asks us to look inward, to find the parts of ourselves that we hide, and to bring them back into the light. The horses, the fields, the family, they're all mirrors, showing us how to heal without losing who we are. When the final scene fades and the music settles into the night, we're left with something rare, a sense of peace. Not because everything is fixed, but because everything finally feels honest. And maybe that's what Heartland has always taught best: that healing doesn't come from running away from pain, but from holding it gently until it turns into love. You can tell a show is special not by its ratings or awards, but by the silence that falls when the credits roll. The kind of silence that comes when something touches your soul. For Heartland, that silence has echoed in living rooms across the world for almost 2 decades. But it never stays quiet for long. It's soon replaced by something powerful: the voices of fans who live and breathe this story as if it were their own. Scroll through any comment section after an episode airs, and you'll find an entire community beating with the same heart. There are messages from families who've watched Heartland together for years, from teenagers who found comfort in Amy's courage, from grandparents who say Jack reminds them of someone they loved. Fans don't just watch Heartland, they feel it. They talk about it like it's home, a place you can return to after a hard day and always find warmth waiting for you. Season 19 has reignited that flame. Viewers are talking about how the show still feels fresh while keeping its soul intact. Episode 3, especially, has stirred conversations everywhere. People praising the way it captures real emotions without needing over-the-top drama. One fan writes, "It's the only show that makes me cry and smile at the same time." Another says, "Watching Heartland feels like therapy. It reminds me that even the hardest hearts can heal." What makes Heartland unique is that its fans aren't just spectators. They're storytellers too. They share their own struggles, losses, and hopes in comment threads and fan groups, mirroring the very themes the show explores. When Amy finds her strength again, they cheer, because they see themselves in her. When Jack delivers one of his quiet, grounding speeches, fans share those lines online, turning them into digital campfires that keep the warmth spreading. The expectations for the rest of Season 19 are sky high, not for shock twists, but for emotional truth. Fans want to see Amy rediscover joy, Lou find balance, Tim soften his edges, and Jack continue to be the voice of quiet wisdom. They hope the series will stay true to what it has always been: a celebration of family, courage, and the messy beauty of life. Across continents and time zones, people tune in not just to watch, but to belong. Heartland has become more than television. It's a shared heartbeat, a reminder that goodness still exists in a world that often forgets it. The fans carry that message forward with every post, every discussion, every memory they share. They are the living proof that stories can heal. Not just the characters on screen, but the hearts watching from home. And as Episode 3 fades into memory, the conversation continues. Thousands of voices joining together like wind across the open plains, whispering the same truth. Heartland isn't ending anytime soon. It lives on in every person who believes that love, no matter how quiet, always finds its way back home. As the last light fades over the Alberta horizon, the ranch grows quiet. The horses settle, the barn doors creak shut, and the air carries that familiar stillness. The kind that feels like a deep breath after a long day. It's in this silence that Heartland speaks the loudest. Season 19, Episode 3 doesn't end with fireworks or final words. It ends with a feeling, a warmth that lingers, soft and steady, like the echo of a heartbeat beneath the open sky. Heartland has always been about more than the stories we see. It's about the lessons that stay. Every episode, every tear, every small triumph reminds us that healing isn't a one-time act. It's a promise we keep, to ourselves, to our family, and to the world around us. This episode, in its gentle way, reminds us that no matter how far we wander, there's always a place that feels like home. And sometimes, that home isn't a building. It's a person. It's a moment. It's a memory that holds you when life feels too heavy. Amy's quiet strength, Lou's determination, Jack's wisdom. They're not just characters anymore. They're symbols of everything Heartland stands for. The courage to face change, the patience to forgive, the faith to start again. And as we leave Episode 3 behind, the message is clear. Life will always bring challenges, but love will always bring us back together. Maybe that's why people keep coming back to Heartland. Because in a world that moves too fast, this show slows us down. It reminds us to listen, to the wind, to the people we love, to the voice inside that says, keep going. Watching Heartland is like sitting by a campfire with old friends. You don't need to talk much, just being there is enough. So as the final scene fades, the voiceover drifts softly, almost like a lullaby. The land remembers every footstep. The sky carries every dream. And the heart never forgets where it belongs. The camera pulls back one last time, showing the ranch bathed in twilight, fences stretching toward the horizon, a faint glow from the house, and a single horse grazing under the stars. It's simple, it's peaceful, it's Heartland. If you've been touched by these stories, if you've ever found hope, comfort, or courage within this family, then stay with them. Like the seasons, Heartland keeps changing, but its soul remains the same. And maybe that's the greatest gift it gives. The reminder that love, no matter how quiet or far away, always finds its way home. So take a moment, breathe, let the music fade. And if your heart feels a little lighter now, that's the magic of Heartland. Subscribe, stay close, and let your heart keep riding with us. Because the story isn't over. It's just beginning again. There's a stillness after every story. That quiet moment when the screen fades to black, and all that's left is the echo of what it made you feel. That's where Heartland lives, not just in its episodes, but in the hearts it leaves behind. Season 19, Episode 3 may end, but its presence lingers like the scent of rain on dust, like laughter carried by the wind. Because Heartland isn't only a show, it's a reminder that love, no matter how tested, always finds its way back home. Under the vast Alberta sky, life continues at the ranch. Tomorrow, the horses will run again. Someone will fix a fence. Someone will pour coffee at dawn, and someone will stand quietly watching the horizon, thinking about the people they love. That's the rhythm of Heartland. Simple moments stitched together to create something eternal. It doesn't shout to be heard. It whispers, softly, honestly, to anyone willing to listen. This final moment isn't about endings. It's about continuity. Heartland teaches us that family isn't just blood. It's the people who stay, the ones who choose to weather the storms beside you. It's about showing up when it matters, forgiving when it's hardest, and believing that even broken things can still be beautiful. The ranch, the fields, the horses, they all stand as living proof that time may move forward, but love never fades. In Episode 3, that message shines brighter than ever. Every look, every pause, every silence carries weight. Amy's hands, gentle on the reins, remind us that strength isn't loud, it's patient. Lou's tired smile shows that success means nothing without connection. Tim's stubbornness, Jack's wisdom, even the quiet heartbeat of the land. Together they remind us that healing is not a finish line. It's a lifelong journey, one that begins and ends in the same place, the heart. And as the final notes of the theme song fade into the night, you can almost hear the wind through the tall grass, a soft promise that this isn't goodbye. It's just another chapter closing before a new one begins. Because in Heartland, stories don't end. They circle back like seasons, each one bringing growth, loss, and renewal. The people may change, the world may shift, but the spirit remains untouched. The spirit of family, of forgiveness, of home. So as the stars settle above the ranch and the camera fades into darkness, one truth remains unshaken. The heart of Heartland still beats. In every viewer, in every memory, in every soul that's ever believed in second chances. And that's what makes this show more than television. It's a legacy, a living, breathing testament to the power of love, hope, and home. A story that, like the land itself, never truly ends. Heartland will return. But until then, keep your heart open, your spirit kind, and your hope unbroken. Because some stories don't just stay with you, they become a part of you.